ADVIA.media in order to bring this news to veterans, for veterans, by veterans, because oftentimes nobody knows what's going on. Unless you...
If we found out the truth, we'd probably be upset. For instance, everybody thinks it's, the homeless and veterans is gone because our government says so. Oh, they had so much money in the CalVet fund that they had to return it to the taxpayers. Well, wait, you just make it impossible to qualify. Of course, there's going to be certain money because
that's what CalVets did.
Who is that?
CalVets are the people that they're the people that make loans. They just had a referendum in California for a vote where we vote all these millions of dollars to make available to people veterans who were homeless, and none of that money has come out, has it, Steph?
No, very little in different grants. But here's one of the funny things: is one of the bills going forward is that they want to have a report card on it. Here's what people don't realize about grants with these government ones is you write your own report card on how you're going to be judged. For instance, the per diem beds and head. If you say, okay, I want to get 5 homeless women off the street, with children, Iraqi war, or whatever the parameters are. Whatever you put for your report card is how you're judged. So you write it up, and you give yourself an A, basically, or 5-star rating.
Uh-huh.
That's the little secret, is it's a self-report card.
Well, these are the things that our government fails to tell us, and this is where we need sunshine. Because if we don't have sunshine...
Who is that?
Sunshine is the best disinfectant for corruption, because as long as there's sunshine, all things are transparent, supposedly. But as we see in California, there are smoke-filled back rooms that sell us out and allow for these self-reporting grants.
What tell about the money that's supposed to be?
I wish I had it in front of me. It seeks, but they're going to kill it anyway. They want to be a little bit more accountable because they are hearing that there's still veteran homelessness. They're hearing it's still a problem. People still aren't getting it.
It's going to always be a problem, Stephanie. That's not going to it's not going to go anywhere. Homeless is not going nowhere. So I don't care. Whatever programs, whatever they claim they got and don't have, it's going to always be homelessness. So you're going to always see that. That's not going there. I don't care how much the Veterans Affairs or anybody else to tell you the homelessness have dropped. Just like over the weekend they claim the suicide rate has dropped, which is a damn lie. But you don't hear them talk about it as much because nobody haven't committed suicide in the public eye yet. But suicide or all that they're not doing enough they're not doing enough really to prevent it. And a lot of us veterans don't like to come for the help that we supposed to be getting anyway.
Because they drag you for miles and miles and miles, run you around, tell you that something's over here, you get there, it's not there. So I know.
And I've seen before if you sound upset. And what they did to poor Bobby, he had a horrible thing on the back of his leg. And they wanted him at the end of the month when he didn't have a gas to go all the way down to Sacramento, actually Rancho Cordova, when there was no way that he needed help immediately. And then they turned around and he was homicidal. And I had his counselor on the phone, not knowing that I was right there with him, telling me that she knows him best, that she had been his counselor, that he was suicidal as well as homicidal.
Okay, what they do to him? Send him out?
Oh, they did worse. They had to put his license plate on his truck, and they made him basically
what?
office closed the school, and the congressman in Alpha.
Oh, you're talking about Bobby West.
And made arrangements for him to go up to Reno to get the care. But in the meantime, he was scared to death that they were going to shoot him, and they would.
What did she say?
You broke up at the end there. What?
They put it out
on the newspaper.
The Auburn one, and they basically was saying that he was a shooter-type kind of person because it made everybody. He couldn't get, the care he did via the VA, and it was all based on a lie.
So how did he become Oh, I remember that case. Whatever happened to that case? You brought that up about a year ago. Whatever happened?
California.
Huh?
He left the state of California.
So where is he? They don't know where he is?
He's in Colorado now.
And he's
she don't need
he's
to
got
be
a girlfriend or fiance, I'm not sure which. And he is...
Well, he jumped out the fire into the frying pan. He jumped out the fire to the frying pan, that's for damn sure. He went to Denver? Oh, glory.
Yeah, he met somebody. He's outside of Denver.
But I'm talking about he go to Denver, VA? Shit. I don't know what she's saying, but anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. All I know is that what happened to him here is reprehensible. Absolutely reprehensible.
Well, I got videotape in the hospital, so... Yep. Changing clothes and being naked. I got videotaped 2 months now. Almost 2 months ago. And they told me, the police said, Sergeant General or whatever her name is, said, she said that because I was in seclusion, they can do that. Now here I am, a female veteran with military sexual trauma. Really? You can do that? Because like I tell people, in the Washington, D.C. VA Medical Center, you have no rights when you're in the mental health program. You have no rights.
No, you don't.
You don't. In the mental health service, you have no basic rights.
Oh, wow.
No, you don't. And that's why you talking about they're trying to help all us with PTSD and all that. That's a bunch of lies. They help some people. Within the last 3 years, my care started going downhill.
Yeah, because the whole service at the DC VA is fucked up. The way that they're handling their patients.
Well, to listen to these congressmen and what's her name, Joy, whatever her name is, and Mr. Mosley, Commander Mosley, they think they're getting the best in the world. Moses McIntosh. They think they're getting the best care in the world, which they are, because they're probably going there and who the hell they are. And then, I don't care what nobody say, black veterans get treated a whole lot different than white veterans, and men. So, and then they need to learn that combat veterans are not the only ones served in this military.
Yeah, that is
I'm tired of getting disrespected.
They talk about combat as though that's the only
everything
thing that goes.
Was dealing with combat veterans, and I felt very disrespected. And because even the Congress people was talking about combat. What about those of us non-combat who serve? What about those? And Commander McIntosh sitting up there like hell. Lord gonna strike him down for the lies he told. The DAV is a family, really? Whose family?
Dysfunctional.
Whose family? And he told me, they helped him. Well, you one of the few they helped. Like I told one of them Congress people to their face. You're one of the few. I wanted to say something else, but I kept my mouth shut. I wanted to take it down another street, but I stayed on the one I was on. Because, combat veterans and people like that, they get treated a little differently. There's some through the cracks like us, just like some white veterans fall through the cracks like us.
Uh-huh. They fall fewer than we do.
Hell yeah.
Far fewer, because it's usually those that are on the outside that don't get what they need.
You know. And I'm so sick of that. I'm so sick of being disrespected because I didn't go to combat. Everybody was talking about, I felt I was at the wrong convention because they only recognize combat veterans and the few from the few little states that the Congress people was in there representing. And that was it. And of course McIntosh, but I'm just saying, he came out the mouth first. If I had a group, I'd have threw it in his ass, because he know damn well that more than combat veterans served in this military. And the man that works for VBA was trying, I said, I don't even want to hear what you can say out your mouth, because it's not going to make a difference to me. I was disrespected, and that's it. He was trying to say what he said for, no, because the only people you recognize is combat veterans. I don't want to hear that shit you can tell me. Excuse me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's...
But I didn't want to hear that crap you were saying.
It was down to the point where they tell you these things. You know, wait and wait and wait. We had one senator who had an appointment. She delayed her appointment for 2 hours and then said, when we asked her to take another quick picture, she said, "Oh no, you'll have to wait again." I was like, "Oh no, we're not waiting."
That's one of them California congressmen. Look, I can't think of her name because I don't have no problem with her name. Bocce or
Boxer.
Boxer, that's her name. You know, they I didn't like what I saw in Congress. I didn't like what happened. What was going on with Congress, with any of them. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I did not like it. You know, it was very distressing because it looked like the Congress was very polarized in that it was not a sea of diversity that I've seen in previous years.
What's going on with that?
It was a little different. It was much different. Not just a little, but much different. And I think it has to do with the fact that the Congress isn't really doing its job.
Well, we already know. See, I'm tired of talking. It's time for some action. That's it. I'm tired of talking. We need to get together and action. They're starting to have rallies. They're starting to have marches. They're starting to have various things that the veterans need to start doing, organizing groups and marches.
Absolutely, because they're not listening to the individual advocates. And something that you have to strengthen up in numbers, because there's strength in numbers. You know, whether you're a veteran who has gotten injured in exercises like myself, you're still not a combat veteran. It doesn't matter that you...
Yeah, you are.
If you're peacetime?
No, if you went to training in preparation to go to war, for whatever reason, out of your control, for whatever reason, you didn't go to war, you are considered a combat veteran never leaving the United States.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yes. You're considered a combat veteran that never left the States. So you get combat... Well,
see, during the time from 82 to 85, there were no real combats except for Grenada, and I wasn't involved in it.
Okay, but if you was involved
in an exercise, yeah.
And which usually...
I was involved in the name of the exercise was, strangely enough, Desert Storm.
But I'm saying, let's say you...
Are you just as dead if you died in basic training as if you did in combat?
Yep. You should be.
If you break your leg in stateside or overseas, is it just as broken?
Sure is.
But
then why do they have to make a distinction?
Because it makes combat veterans happy, I guess.
I don't, recognize it's fine, but understand injuries are injuries and death.
Well, they're starting to realize it now, but not much. But they're realizing that. Like I said, but even so, whenever they having veterans events, it's combat